Kanye and his wife Bianca are getting a divorce, and she's about to be...
Kanye's ex-wife, Bianca Censori, has officially filed for divorce, and word on the block is that she's already in talks with a lawyer to hit him where it hurts, just like Cassie did with Diddy. Turns out, while we've all been thinking Jay-Z was the real player, it was actually Kanye. Word is, he's been pressuring Bianca into having wild, freaky sessions with strangers, men and women she barely even knows. One of the escorts Kanye hired recently spilled all the details, revealing what the process was really like when it came to selecting for these freak-offs. Not only is Kanye allegedly paying these women to join him and Bianca in the bedroom, but it's also being said that he handpicks young black men, specifically those in the adult industry, to sleep with Bianca, while he just sits back and watches the whole thing go down. Just like what Cassie accused Diddy of doing to her, Kanye and Bianca's relationship had folks side-eyeing from the start. The way he was showing her off, half naked or fully exposed, especially just a few days ago at the Grammys, had people questioning what was really going on. According to the Daily Mail, they got kicked out of the event, even though Kanye was nominated that night. A video from that night went viral, and if you watch it, you can see Bianca was clearly uncomfortable with Kanye pushing her to be naked in front of all those people. But she still took off her coat and gave the crowd what Kanye wanted, a whole show. But that was the last time Bianca let Kanye disrespect her like that. As soon as they got home, she hit up her lawyers and got them divorce papers ready to roll. A source told the Daily Mail that Kanye's agreed to pay Bianca over $5 million in hush money after just 2 years of marriage. But that ain't gonna stop her from spilling the tea on everything she went through, especially since she didn't sign any NDA. Like I said earlier, folks are convinced that Bianca's story is tied to Kanye allegedly forcing her into these freaky sessions, especially after his ex-assistant, Lauren Pichkiota, came forward with her own claims. Lauren accused Kanye of firing her after allegedly assaulting her in the studio. She said that Diddy was the one who arranged the studio sessions with Kanye, and she was later invited to join them. They laced her drink, and after a few small sips of the beverage, she suddenly started to feel disoriented, and she felt less in control of her body and speech. She said it wasn't until a few years later, during a casual conversation, when Kanye jokingly told her they hooked up at that party, but she had no memory of it. She told him she didn't remember, and that's when he laughed and said, "Women love saying that." But that wasn't the only assault accusation Kanye faced. Back in November, a model named Jennifer Ann accused him of assaulting her, strangling her, and even gagging her by forcing his dirty fingers into her mouth on the set of his music video in 2010. According to Jennifer, Kanye was a featured artist for the song the video was for, but when he arrived on set, he took control of the whole thing like it was his project. He reportedly ordered the female background actors and models, including Jennifer, who was dressed in revealing lingerie, to line up in the hallway. He evaluated their appearances, pointed to 2 of the women, and then commanded them to follow him. According to the suit, he specifically pointed out Jennifer and said, "Give me the Asian girl." He then pulled 2 chairs near the camera, positioned them across from each other, and instructed Jennifer to sit on the chair in front of the camera. He then, towering over her, began to choke her with one hand, wrapped his other hand around her neck, and continued to strangle her with both hands. He smothered her face with both of his hands, which smeared her makeup. He then rammed several fingers down her throat, continuously moved them in and out, and gagged her to emulate forced oral acts. By the end of that ordeal, Jennifer says she was struggling to breathe and felt like she might have blacked out for a moment. She also mentioned her face was covered in saliva, and her makeup was all messed up. Then there's the singer Nike Heaton, who also came forward with her story, saying she was locked in a studio with Diddy and Kanye. Once they realized she was the only woman in the room, they allegedly assaulted her.
We were invited as artists, like maybe these girls are gonna leave and we're gonna work on music, like let's just walk in and just, yeah. Immediately I felt like there was something weird, because there's always drinks, there's always the vodka and the mixers just like sitting on the table, but we walk in and immediately Diddy hands me a drink, Kanye hands Lauren a drink, and we're like, that's weird. Like, why are they serving us? And Kanye kept looking at Lauren and like they were exchanging glances, and I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink, and like I'm not actually doing it, and like that seemed to like make them happy, like me like pretending to like join in. And immediately I'm like, there's something fucking in this drink. There's something in this drink. And I didn't know what to do. And I like, my manager was like across the room, but like close enough, but like not next to me, so I couldn't like whisper to her. But I wanted to tell her, I'm like, hey, don't fucking drink this. There's something wrong with this. But I couldn't. So I reach for my phone and I start to type, and Kanye takes the phone out of my hands and he's like, who are you texting? Like, you don't need to text anyone. Like, we're having a party. And I was like, okay. And he like puts it on one of the speakers. And I'm like, now what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. And I see my manager take a sip, and I'm like, and then I see her take another sip, 2 sips out of this little vodka cranberry cup. And I'm like, oh, the music's low, the lights are dim, but you can still like see everything. And I realize that I'm in the studio with Diddy and Kanye, and they're both off their shit. And there's 3 other men, an executive that works with Kanye, his engineer, and his cousin, and me. Kanye and Diddy have realized that I'm the only girl in the room. And they start coming towards me, and they're like, don't you want to take your clothes off? Like, it's so hot in here. And I'm like, no, fine. I'm fine like this. And they're like, come on, like, it's just us. Like, we're all just friends. Like, let us just, like, see, like, how you look. And I'm like, okay. We're pawing at me, trying to take my clothes off. I look over to this man asking for help, and I literally mouth the word help. And we lock eyes. And he looks away.
Now here's where the freak-off claims with Bianca come into play. An OnlyFans star recently took to TikTok to spill the tea about her time with Kanye and Bianca during one of these sessions. She said the freak-offs were just like the ones Diddy and Cassie used to have. The star claimed that Kanye specifically hired black men with big woods to sleep with Bianca while he just sat there and watched. One of these men, she says, was someone she had just shot a video with, and that video was actually what he used to audition for the freak-off with Bianca and Kanye. Kanye also requested that the OF girl join in too, because he wanted her to be a part of it as well.
Okay, so I do have Kanye and his wife T. So Kanye pays P-stars, men, with large black this to F his wife, and I approve. All right, so what happened is the guy who I've shot a video with, who was in Italy with Kanye, Kanye lets him F his wife, okay? The guy who I shot with showed Kanye a video of me and him effing, like, because we made a tape together, and Kanye said, I want her to come. Okay. Kanye likes to watch other men F his wife and other girls. So one day I get this text. And also here's my text with Kanye's private jet guy. And also, this is what I put on my close friend's story at this time. You can look at the date.
Now, all of this could be consensual, but from how uncomfortable Bianca looked at the Grammys, people are starting to think Kanye might be pressuring her into doing things she doesn't want to do. And just in case you didn't catch it, Kanye recently went on a rant about his ex and even defended Diddy. He took it a step further by selling merchandise to raise money for Diddy. He said, "Free Puff, Donald Trump, please free my brother Puff." After Kanye raised some money from selling his merch and tried to give it to Diddy, he found out Diddy wasn't allowed to receive donations, so he went back for round 2 of his rant. Anyway, it's a whole mess. And if the rumors are true about Bianca getting ready to expose him, then there's plenty of evidence like this she could use to back up her case. As usual, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said she was treated and used so badly. You can tell that Kanye never loved her. What kind of husband would ask his wife to go naked in public? This must be very traumatic for her. Kim was lavished a lot by Kanye with clothes and cars, but he didn't give anything to Bianca, not even decent clothes to wear. Another person said that woman was degraded and disrespected. He is a complete monster and horrible person. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about Bianca divorcing Kanye? Do you think it's connected to the alleged freak-offs? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to click here to check out this other messy video.